my name's Rebecca. I'm the Heritage Education Officer here at Islington Museum, and I was leading, along with Jonathan and Hetty, on the Arts Council England supported project, putting the Wunder back into the Wunderkammer. Wunderkammer, or Cabinets of Curiosities, were basically the original museums. They were fantastic cabinets filled full of lots of amazing and unusual objects. You'd find things like seashells or unicorn horns or bits of pots or an icon, all placed together, lots of random objects in one space. And they were designed to overwhelm the viewer, to fill them with a sense of awe and amazement at the power of these objects. We basically wanted to recapture that initial amazement and awe, that sense of wonder looking at objects and looking at museum collections, reigniting the magic within the collections for an entirely new audience. To do this, we worked with the orchestra of the Age of Enlightenment, and particularly two of their musicians, Jonathan and Hetty. And we basically came together as two very different practitioners. I myself didn't have much musical background, but provided the access to the collection, to its amazing stories and the magic within the objects that we hold, whereas they provided the musical capabilities and their great imagination to look at our collection with an entirely new eyes, with a new perspective. We chose 13 objects to explore, and they all had a very varied history. Every object is local and explores a part of Islington's history and heritage. We had objects from monastic tiles from the monastery of the Order of St John to modern day arsenal memorabilia, exploring arsenal chants. We had medical bottles looking at our local healthcare history. We also had the cow's skull linking to the drover's trade, and we had some famous musical hall characters like Grimaldi the clown. We then worked with the young people to go on a tour of Islington, exploring some of our local heritage, walking in the footsteps of some of the characters who had inspired and used the objects.
We then set about the process of making an object in sound to go with each object. So for every object that we saw, we made a little piece of about a minute's length. Some were shorter, some were longer. So we were encouraging the students to think about the texture of the object, the colours of it, and of course the associations it has. For example, this axe head, what kind of associations do you make in your mind? Ideas of danger, for example. A monastery tile, thinking about a large cavernous space, the abbey where the tile might originally have been. So we were really trying to go for the freest approach to creating these objects as possible. The resources that we used in this process were the instruments that the students already play. We had cellos, bassoons, violins, you name it. We also used a general set of percussion instruments. We used our bodies to make sound, we used our voices, and indeed we were very keen that there should be some good old traditional singing in the process. Rebecca, Hetty and I researched some old musical songs from Islington, dug them out of the archives in Islington Museum in the library, and taught those songs to the students. And we used them as a basis for some of the compositions.
We've got the song, which we all know, I'm very fond of fish and once on Fish Street Hill, so everyone else is going to be singing that. Can we think what we can do with percussion, with sound effects? What do we want to do with that object?
Make it really, because it's how it's fine china, and then that nice ting sound on the xylophone.
We want a nice ting sound. Can we find a nice ting sound?
Together we combined all of these to create improvised pieces that hopefully tell the story of Islington from an entirely new perspective and make you look at these objects in a new way, experiencing again the initial awe and amazement from looking at these objects of wonder, and hopefully through them showing you a new side of Islington and exploring its musical heritage and helping you to experience its history through sound. With the pieces, with our sonic Wunderkammer, you can listen to those in the museum itself, and it's also available on the Islington Museum webpage, which is part of the Islington Council Museum website. We hope you enjoy and are inspired by it, and are encouraged to create your own sonic Wunderkammer with your own objects at home.